You're listening to the Grit to Growth podcast. Real talk with real business owners and professionals who built their freedom the hard way and now want more time, money, and impact.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Grit to Growth podcast. I'm your host, Levi with Mailbox Money here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Today, I'm joined by Seth Uschuk and Melissa Anderson, two local entrepreneurs teaming up on Cubby, a platform that helps childcare centers and families stay organized and connected. Seth, Melissa, welcome to the show.
Hey, Levi.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, so let's start at a natural place. How did you two come together? Maybe give me a little bit of background before you guys came together and formed Cubby, and then tell us what Cubby actually is.
Mel, why don't you start off? I know it's one of your favorites.
Okay, I was gonna say, who do you want to go first? Well, I'm Melissa, and how Seth and I met is I opened my second daycare location. And during that time, we had an open house. So it was, I don't know, like the Friday before we were going to open. And I was telling parents that we use this communication app, but I didn't really love it. And I wish I could make my own. And here walks in Seth, and he taps me on the shoulder, and he says, "Hey, my daughter's going to come here." And actually, like, that's what I do for a living. And so he let me get open for a couple months, and then we just kind of dove in. So it's almost 4 years since we've started the whole even like idea, and then now it's coming to fruition. But yeah, I can let Seth tell you his portion of that too. But yeah,
I'd love that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she hit the nail on the head. It just happened. You know, I think all the best business partnerships all happen by accident like that. And so yeah, a few weeks after she opened, we got into the planning phase, and we spent the next few years kind of planning what we wanted to change about the existing products on the market, what we thought we could do better, things like that. And then in February, I decided to go on full time to get this thing built. And so starting in February, that's when we hit it hard with the development, and we got the product built, and we're now in our launch and growth phase. We've got Melissa's 3 centers that we're going to be starting with, and we're doing the transition period from her old product to Cubby now. And then we've got a few centers that we're talking with in the pipeline to be our next pilot centers.
That's awesome. Yeah, before we got on the show here, we were talking, just to show the listeners small world, Melissa owns the daycare center that my 2 children go to. And Seth actually lives across the street from one of our apartment developments. So it's like you said there, Seth, it's funny how just the natural building ends up being some of the best stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, always, especially here in Sioux Falls. It's such a small world. It seems like everybody knows each other somehow.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So if I got this right, then Seth, you're the tech. Melissa, you come from the industry, so you kind of knew exactly what you wanted to see in it, and Seth implemented.
Yes.
Correct?
I was the one that would just send Seth messages saying, "It needs to do this. It needs to do this." And he would just say, "Okay."
Make it happen. Right? I love it.
Yeah, basically.
Yep. And then, I would whip something up, and then a few days later send it to her and then say, "What do you think of this?" And then we would go back and forth, and then we would share it with some of her employees that would be using it every day and get their feedback on it, and, make a decision about where to go from the product from there.
If you guys wouldn't mind, could you share like a specific example of something that you wish the existing platforms had out there and then that you guys are looking to fix?
Go ahead, Mel.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, just so many things. I don't even know where to start. Just to have better connections for like the teachers with the parents, for example. So a lot of teachers work 8-hour shifts, just like parents do, right? So sometimes you miss that connection. So just making it more sociable, I guess, was a big part of it. Also making it a one-stop shop for myself as an owner. So I'm able to see all parents, all kids. If I want to send a specific message or email, I have all of that right at my fingertips, as well as our other system was a lot of like on an actual computer stuff. And we purposely made the Cubby a system that could be used on like an iPad or a phone, because a lot of directors and owners are very active in what they do. And so we wanted to make it really just accessible at your fingertips.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Just to kind of tack onto that, the kind of the core belief with Cubby is that we want to empower the employees that are using it to get back to what's important, which is taking care of the children, rather than what has become the main thing with these products, which is data entry, where there's somebody tucked away in a corner sitting on an iPad or sitting on a computer having to do data entry all day to keep up with communicating with parents. With our system, the way that we've designed it, everything is easy to get to, easy to access, and takes literally seconds for employees to take care of. And like I said, just allows them to get back to focusing on the kids.
Yeah, it's really meant to be that like extra teacher in the classroom, really. And like instead of a task, it's meant to be a tool.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think it's no secret. Most people out there know a lot of daycare centers struggle with hiring and everything. So it sounds like you guys are really tackling that problem with your platform there.
Trying.
I love it. So tell us a little bit about the actual coming together. You said it's been about 4 years and everything. Tell us kind of that more business journey, not the specifics of the company.
Yeah, like
Sure.
it all started with go ahead, Seth.
Oh, okay. So yeah, basically after we got the LLC partnership in place, we're a multi-member LLC. And so after we got that all set up and got our EIN squared away, we hired a designer to kind of put our high level thoughts onto paper and get us a brand, logo, things like that. And then after we got that done, then it was basically my job from there to take those static designs and turn them into prototypes and things like that. And then from there, it was just, iteration and developing the product until we had a complete feature set that would be able to be a drop-in replacement for the current app that's used now.
Okay. I love it. Can you guys tell us maybe a story of kind of, since you are from both separate worlds, and it sounds like Melissa's came up with a lot of the ideas to implement, maybe some of the growing pains in there. Got any fun stories on that?
I mean, I feel like it took forever, but not at the same time. I think the growing pains were, probably just like sometimes Seth would come with his computer and tell me all these like techie things, and I'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But then, like, as we grew our relationship too, it was easier to be like, okay, time out. Like, what are you talking about? And then the same for Seth. I think he's probably gained more of a perspective of what, daycare struggles and successes are. So it's kind of cool to watch the two worlds come together.
Yeah, from a technical perspective, there were a lot of growing pains. When
I was gonna say he probably has way more than I do.
When we first started, I just kind of, this is just a general downfall of mine. Just hubrisly thought like, oh yeah, this is not a big deal. Yeah, we'll just knock this out. It's no problem. And then it turned into, well, we need this, and it also needs to do this, but it also has to be able to do this, and at the same time, it'd be really cool if it could do this. And so it very quickly became something to where I thought like, oh man, am I ever going to be able to get this done by myself? And there was a time where Mel and I actually sat down and we thought about trying to raise some money to hire the company that I worked for full time at the time, which is an app development agency, also based out of here in Sioux Falls. Okay. And basically we were going to contract them so that we could get the product launched on time. But anyways, the way that life worked out, I ended up deciding to go on full time in February, and we got it done. So everything is good now.
That's a good. I think. Where would you say, was there a point that you knew like, okay, I think we can do this on our own? I mean, more speaking for listeners who maybe have an idea of something they want to do, but they have that full-time job. Tell them kind of where that you felt like it was going to be okay type thing to do.
Oh, I don't know. I still wonder sometimes, No. There's a lot of contributing factors to it for my situation specifically. So what had happened basically is there's been a downturn in tech with the rise of AI, And so unfortunately, we had lost a handful of clients because they decided that they could have an AI agent do things for them. And anyways, that's a different sidebar to get on top of. But basically, the position that I was in was eliminated. I got laid off. And so I had a choice to either go find a new job or just commit full time to Cubby. And there was enough confidence in the level of success outside of Mel's 3 daycare centers and a level of interest that we've received from other daycare centers around the country that we decided that it was something that, me personally as a family, should be, we're ready to go full time, long term on it. So, so just to sprinkle in a little bit more information to give everybody some more context, over those first, 3.5 years, we had been going to trade shows and doing market research, getting people's opinions about what the apps that are like now that they use, because there's 3 or 4 of them that most daycare companies use. And basically just trying to really refine and do the market fit before going all in on the build. And I think that has really solidified kind of our market share, so to speak, because we have a very clear sales plan as far as this is how we know that we're better, and this is how we know that we can improve your business workflows over what you're already using. And we have everything that's done by an expert in the industry.
Was there quite a bit of traveling involved going to those trade? Obviously, you're both based here in the Sioux Falls area. Did you have to do quite a bit of traveling for those shows and everything?
It was mainly to the Minneapolis area, Twin Cities.
Okay.
Like Mini Star, Mini Demo, things like that.
Is the plan, obviously kind of launching with your daycare centers, Mel, the plan is to bring it to many more. Are you talking nationwide, or is it going to be more regional and then go, or?
I mean, definitely nationwide. Any childcare center that needs a good operating system, we're all about. We are scheduled to talk at a national conference in Arizona in April. So that'll be kind of fun, right? Maybe get a few more of those hiccups out of the way. But I'll take in with Seth on some of that. Like, was it going to work? Wasn't it? I think there was a point where like how much it was going to be like per kid for the daycare end. And I think there was like our first couple of meetings with that. Like, I think we were on very opposite ends, and I was personally torn because I'm the app, like I'm part of this app as well as, my own center. So like, how do you balance that? But I think what Seth and I show is just that collaboration and, just keep having those conversations. And we finally got there.
Yeah. It's an awesome story of hearing, some people will go try to strike on their own and everything, but I think having that balance and partnership that you can work through is key for success.
Yeah, Seth's I definitely needed someone like Seth to do that tech part, right, and have all those big words that I don't know, and then vice versa. Like having someone who's actually been in the daycare industry, not just for a year, just so they could make an app. There's some centers or some apps that people do that with too, but I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years, and so I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs, I've just wanted to put a bed in my office to sleep here at night, like I've been there. So
you've had the grit story, right? Now it's time for growth.
Yes. Yeah, I think Seth and I are kind of both in the same place with that too. So I actually got let go from being a director at a nonprofit daycare, a smaller one in Sioux Falls, 8 or 9 years ago. And that was the best and worst day of my life because now I'm here, right? And so I think we've all had that story in that moment where you think it's the end of the world, but Seth and I are pretty terrible unemployed people. So I think we both pulled our straps up and said, "Now let's go." So here we are.
Yeah. No, Mel's totally right. To drive her point home, the for me to go and try to take this product and build it by myself, the result would have been something that is already on the market, which is features that aren't needed, features that don't work right, and a product that's not complete. And so the big downfall with everything that's on the market now is that you not only need to subscribe to that, but then you also need 5 or 6 other products just to run your business. And so we brought it all under one roof, and there's no way that I would have been able to know how to do that or know that we needed any of that without any of Mel's insight.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have kind of touched on what's in the future, and anything. Is there anything outside of Cubby that either you guys are both excited for coming up, maybe personally or business wise?
I'm not opening any more daycares anytime soon, so I know that. I'm just excited to launch it, within our centers that we've, like, with parents like you guys too, just getting that honest feedback, and it means a lot, both constructive and positive. So, anything exciting? No, not really.
That's
We're
all right.
excited that it's ready. We're excited that people are going to start using it,
I think you
Yeah.
guys are right in the super exciting part of,
Yeah.
you're going to turn it loose and see what you get from there.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I have a child who can drive soon, and I can't wait to not be his Uber anymore. So that's my excitement.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
We've got football season. Another fun note is that Mel is a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm a diehard Denver Broncos fan.
I am.
Oh boy.
I think it's all over here, up there somewhere. There's my Chief stuff.
Yeah,
Mel, I always say I'm a wannabe Chiefs fan because I've loved the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, it's blurred, but I've got a signed picture of Elway in my office. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
I just feel like I can't jump on the Chiefs bandwagon now that they've been so dominant. But
I've been one since
Yeah.
I grew up that way. My dad just always loved the Chiefs for some reason, and so I just hopped on the bandwagon. So all these losses that we've had recently, I'm just like, yeah, I know how to handle this. This is normal.
Yep. A little bit return to the mean, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Well, guys, if people want to find out more of you, about you, either personally and professionally, go ahead and feel free to promote yourselves and the business.
Okay.
Sure, I'll do the first shameless plug. You can find me on LinkedIn, Seth Uschuk, Uschuk. Our website is thecubbyapp.com, and feel free to email me, Seth@thecubbyapp.com, or our general email is hello@thecubbyapp.com.
I can also be found at thecubbyapp.com. Melissa at the Cubby app. I'm also on Facebook, Mel Anderson, and I own 3 childcare centers here in Sioux Falls called Trucks and Trikes.
Perfect. Seth and Melissa, thank you guys for both joining me here today. And for our listeners, thank you for listening in. I think they'll really get a lot of hearing how you two have built something that is looking to create more connection and simplicity in a marketplace that needs it.
Thanks for
having us, Levi. It was a blast.
Yes. We'll see everyone on the next one.
Know someone with serious grit and a great growth story? Send them our way at grittogrowthpodcast.com/guest.